What's going on, guys? Me, Henry from idjnow. We're here at the ADJ booth, NAMM 2024. I have our great friend here, DJ Electronic. What's
Hello,
going on,
how you doing?
So we're here at the booth. We got several different lights. He's going to walk us through a route and see what's out there for this year.
Hey guys, what we have right here on the table.
Let's see what we got.
All right, so right next to me here we have for our static fixtures that don't move, we have our linear new UBL series. So these are our Ultra Bar series, but the letter L is standing for lime. So now what we've done is we've taken out of this 6-color bar, we've taken white away, added lime, and now you're able to achieve very nice warm whites, cool whites, with having a very high CRI. So very nice color temperature. So when you're doing live video, live photos, everything's gonna look exactly how it should. That CRI really helps out a lot for that. Now these look a lot like our Ultra Bars. It's very similar. Again, we just replaced the color, but now instead of 12-watt cells, these are 20-watt cells. So we've improved the power. And then, this is huge, we went with 5-pin DMX in and out, and we've also done power locking for in and out, where before we were using IEC. And a lot of times, if someone were to step on, or let's say kick the wire, the plug could come undone, and then you lose power to your fixture. So that power lock really helps for that. Now, when you're looking for a static fixture with IP65, used for indoor and outdoor, right over here we have our new series, which is called our ElectraPix. These are gonna be so awesome because it's more than just a one-trick pony. When you see this, you think, okay, it's just another wireless battery uplight. However, with these brackets, you have full L-track capability. So for integrators, for production companies that are looking to put these on tour carts, these can travel very nicely. With your battery, it's a lithium battery, but then you have a couple different ways to use this. So you have your power and your DMX in and out. So you can use this like your traditional fixture. The covers are here in case you want to do, in case it's raining, you want to use this for IP65 for outdoor use. But then you also have your drop-in port. So these are also going to be available in packs where you're going to be able to drop it into a road case. It's going to charge in the case, and then you can recharge the battery. With this, one of the neat things with these is you'll notice the cells. These are very similar to the bar we just saw there, 20-watt cells where it's red, green, blue, amber, lime, and UV. But notice the cells are turning on here, but with this fixture, it's the background that's on. So on top of the cells, you also have a background RGB layer that you have control of. So now you get some more ambient kind of feel to this, where if you're just lighting, let's say, a certain surface where you want soft color or eye candy effects, you're able to do that. So in the whole ElectraPix series, we're gonna have a par that's 7 cells. We're gonna have a bar that's 8 cells, and then a full meter bar, which is 16 cells. So that's the ElectraPix. A lot of really good components, accessories are going to be available for these. These are going to be a real hit. We have a Stryker wash and a Stryker beam that are doing really well for us. And now we've completed the family by introducing a Stryker Spot and a Stryker Max. So those are the two on the end there. The Spot is a 151 LED, has a 150 watt LED light source, has 2 global wheels. So you have one static, one rotating. You have 2 prisms, a 6-facet circular and a 5-facet linear. And then you also do have zoom, automatic zoom. So it could go from 9 to 14 degrees. Out of the Stryker Max, that's actually 6 by 40 watts with red, green, blue, and white. And those mirrors or the lens actually rotates to create a very nice, powerful moonflower effect. You do get zoom. It can go from 9 degrees up to 40 degrees. And with that, you also do have an LED ring. So for some really nice eye candy effects, there's some awesome built-in programs, or you can control that ring with DMX. So those new Stryker series fixtures are going to make a nice addition to complete the Stryker series from Eliminator Lighting. What we also have right on the edge over here, this is our brand new Mega Wash 24. The Mega Wash 24 has exactly like you hear it, 24 of those 20-watt LEDs. Those are hex color. So you get red, green, blue, amber, white, and UV. And with that, if you could kind of tell how it has 6 zones of those LEDs, you do get DMX control. So you can program or use the built-in programs, 6 really nice eye candy type of effects. And it has a very even field. So hence the name Mega Wash. If you're using this just to wash the dance floor, you're gonna get a really nice even field of color to have a very nice wash effect. And what's really nice about that too is actually a double jointed bracket. So whether you're using it for, let's say, just a direct hang, it could do that. But when you want to angle it down a little bit with that kind of double jointed bracket, you're able to do that. So very, very nice with that Mega Wash 24. For wireless and for DMX control options and solutions, we have our new Aria X2. The Aria is the replacement or kind of the new kind of release of wireless DMX. So anything that has Aria can now be distributed connection-wise via the Aria X2. Now you'll notice a third antenna on here. That's actually for existing Wi-Fi products. So we understand there's a lot of Wi-Fi users out there, and instead of leaving you in the dark, you're now able to implement your Wi-Fi into the new Aria technology. So with this, we have this, which is called a bridge, because it has that third antenna. If you just have Aria, we make an Aria transceiver that just has the two antennas. And then right down here, for a lot of controllers, or let's say a lot of users out there that are using more sophisticated lighting, you're running out of DMX universes. Let's say you have a console that can output ArtNet, but you need a node. ADJ is now going to be distributing nodes. So we have a net 8 and a net 4. It's basically a 4 universe and then an 8 universe port node, to where now you can send out ArtNet and use a Cat6 cable via network and then run DMX to your fixtures. So that way when you're running out of universes, by simply adding this with compatible controllers that allow ArtNet, you're able to distribute communication to a lot more channels. Then for simple DMX splitting, we have an 8-out branch. So this is an 8-port DMX branch, great for installations where, let's say, you're gonna have fixtures in all parts of the rooms, and instead of running 100 feet cable from one fixture to another, you can have a centralized branch that will distribute connection all throughout your venue. Then right over here, we have an update to our H20 series. So this is our H20 Two, and what we did is we pretty much improved the output to 120 watts. So it's very, very powerful. If you're familiar with our H20 products, I mean, as far as what it does, it's very, very similar, but now you have more power. A lot of times when you're getting to venues where you're shooting 50 feet or more, you would lose the output because of this really cool effect. It's almost impossible to get this effect in a large room without a very powerful light source. So now with the 120 watts, you're able to achieve it. You have 6 colors that you can select from. Right now it's just doing the white, but with DMX, you can control the speed of the wave, so it can look really fast or nice and easy like the way you see it there. But that's the new H20 Two. And then right over here, this is great when you're looking for that old par can look. As you know, a lot of lamps are now becoming discontinued. With our Par Z150, this is a 150 watts red, green, blue, and amber LEDs. And with this, you have an adjustable zoom range from about 9 degrees narrow to about 30 degrees at its widest wash. So again, when you're looking for that Par 64 look without having to worry about lamps, and if you're familiar with Par 64s, you can never do that, you'd burn your hand. So now with LED, it gives you the output and everything you're looking for out of a traditional look. And then for chip on board, our C.O.B cannons, we now have an update to where instead of just being RGBA, we added line. So we didn't sacrifice red, green, blue, or amber. We added line, so that added an extra color, but it also boosted the output. So now we're even brighter. We're at 200 watts out of each one of these. And with the C.O.B cannon, since it's using chip on board, you get a very even field of light coverage. All right, so controlling all of these fixtures that you just saw, we have a brand new controller here to show. This is our DMX FX512 DMX. Now you know that we've had everything solution-wise for every user out there that's controlling their lighting, from app-based controllers to software-based controllers. And what happens now is a lot of hardware controllers seem to be outdated, but at ADJ, we found it very important to make a new controller that has that traditional feel, but has some of the benefits of new app-based or software controllers. So you'll notice you have your 16 faders, where programming-wise, you still have all this for your controllability, but now you have some presets already built in. This has 16 presets, 9 of them are for movers. You have your very popular figure 8, you have your diagonals, your straight lines, and of course your circle, which you can engage at any time. And then for your static color fixtures, you also have some built-in color effects. So now it can help you with building your scenes very, very easily. And then for your pan and tilt movement, you have some nice jog wheels here they use for pan and tilt, or of course for changing your menu and options. With this, you can save up to 32 scenes. You can also save up to 32 chases. And with this also, if you're familiar with our DMX operators, we went from 192 channels, then we had a model that gave you 384 channels of control. But as you can tell with the 512, this gives you a full universe of control out of this very compact 19-inch rack mountable controller. So that's the new DMX FX512. Then right over here, when you have your effect lights, or you're trying to have something with easy switchability, I'm not sure if that's a word, but from Eliminator Lighting, we now have the SE8 2-pad, which is very traditional in the way it works. You have a 25-foot cable that will link your relay pack to your controller, and now you have a way to turn on and off your fixtures. You can also do flash. If you have strobe lights, you can just flash instead of staying on. So now you have a very simple way, a very affordable way to have 8 inputs, 15 amp max, and at your light board or front of house or at your control station, you have this where you can turn on and off your fixtures. So a very neat, new kind of solution for your on-off kind of fixtures. Then right over here, this is really interesting. This is called our Jolt Panel. If you've never seen the Jolt Panel, it's a very bright, it might really mess with the lens, but what it is this has a diffusion lens. If I take this away, this is basically what makes the Jolt Panel. On this panel, you have 5 rows. So you have a top, a middle, a bottom middle, and a bottom row of red, green, and blue surface mount LEDs with 8 zones of control. And in the center, you have that 5-watt, 8 zones of control. So as a static fixture, you can use it that way, but it also has eye candy type of effects with zone separation. And then by simply putting this diffusion lens, now the pixels are gone. So if you're looking for the pixel look or more of a homogenized output, now you have that ability to do with the Jolt Panel. Rounding it up over here, we have the Dotz Par. The Dotz Par has done really well for us for many years. It's an RGB fixture, but now we've added lime. So now it's red, green, blue, and lime. Operation is still the same, but now you have 40 watts of power. So we've increased the output by 10% of our original Dotz Par, but kept the cost the same. And then over here again, you saw the RDMX S8. Well, this is a 6-out DMX branch where you have your 6 outputs, and then you have your inputs. And this Data Distro 6 is the kind of branch where you could put on your rig, on your truss, when you're mounting it to the ceiling. This will be a great way. So we have 2 different options with our distros where you can either rack mount or place on your rig. So all those new products we're showing here at NAMM, it's very exciting, and a lot of them look similar, but to keep up with today's trends of being brighter and better, we're trying to do updates to all of our fixtures to keep up with your needs.
Hey, Edgar, thank you very much.
Got it.
So you guys already know, check it out at idjnow.com.